You had mentioned that Rentrak projects off of its 4 set-top box data partners to a national rating and national performance.
Yes.
Oftentimes these ratings and performances differ from the current currency. How do you explain the difference?
Yes, I think that, and of course we don't subscribe to other services, we focus on our own, but we know of course that our clients do comparisons and sometimes ask us this question. The resounding thing that we see in the differences in the sample currency versus a database currency is the stability of the ratings that we provide. So when you think about a smaller sample that you're working from, and let's go all the way to a local station in a market, where they are literally having 800 meters, let's say, in a large, that's a large market, where you'd have 800 meters. And maybe if you're a really strong TV station, 100 of those people watch your newscast at night. If for some reason 10 of those people happen to be out of town that day, you see a big dip in that rating, which really isn't reflective of your news broadcast. When you have a much larger data set from which you are deriving those ratings, where we see the differences is really in the stability of the ratings. And therefore, you won't see that big dip. You might see a slight dip, but you won't see a big dip when you're really gathering from thousands or hundreds of thousands of devices in the home versus a small sample. And I think that is the major difference that we see between the sample currency and the database currency.
And who are your 4 set-top box data providers?
The set-top box data providers that we're working with today are AT&T, they are Dish, Charter, and also Mid-Continent that we've announced. And what's great about having multiple partners is that each data set tells a different story, and we might get different types of data from each one of those operators. For example, with AT&T, because it's an IP system, we get every set-top box in the household. Again, this goes to using the data that we have to project for data that we might not have. We have DVR data from about 2.5 million homes. Not all partners are able to give us that DVR data, but we're able to project DVR data based on the performance that we see in each one of those data sets. So having multiple partners, and we'd love to have more, having multiple partners allows us to be able to inform each one of those data sets, and we think has a big impact on our ability to project the marketplace.
Cathy, I know one of the initial intents of set-top box data in its early years was as a possible currency. What would you say the challenges have been for you in terms of the issue of creating a currency?
I think that one of the challenges, and actually where we've focused most of our attention over the past several months, have been in integrating Rentrak's information into the day-to-day business of buyers and sellers of advertising. Some of the things that we've done to move ourselves along that path is recently we announced a deal with Donovan, for example. We've integrated with Strata. On the local level, we've integrated with One Domain. We're integrating with Harris. The business tools that our clients use every day, we need to find ways that we can more easily fit into the workflow that they are already used to using. And I think that will help us in becoming more top of mind as a database currency that they can use in addition to the sample currency that they use today.